accomplishing so many wonderful things on behalf of people of the township, the city of Maywood, but also the state of Illinois. We will have time to say more about her and to give tribute to her life, but at this particular point in time, I would like for us all to at least spend 10 seconds in silence in memory of this tremendous loss. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is public comment. Our first public comment is Maynard Johnson, followed by Ruby Donahue. Yes. Remember, these comments, the speaker may donate his gift of time to another speaker. Comments shall be courteous and respectful at all time. No person may use public comment for the purpose of campaign or advertisement. This is not a question and answer time. This is not a question and answer time. The council cannot engage in a conversation with the public. Questions and concerns about operations should be addressed with city staff during regular business hours.
Hello.
And you have 3 minutes to make your comment.
Hello, everyone. My name is Maynard Johnson. I am a lifelong resident of Harvey. I'm a third ward resident, and I haven't been to a meeting in a while, but I do, since it's not public, back and forth, I would just like to say, unfortunately, that I am very distraught and upset at the way the city of Harvey looks. The buildings that I pass by down 154th Street are horrible. They're falling apart. They have caution tape around them. They're a danger to the environment. They are a hazard to our young children that have to walk through there. And I just would really like to know what the city's plan for demolishing those vacant buildings that are an eyesore, that are a distraction to the community, and that are a safety hazard.
Thank you very much.
And also the city streets as well. I drive through some other city, local cities, and they've all gotten their streets paved. And I don't know why the city of Harvey cannot have something like that. I have to spend good tax dollars like everyone else. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next is Ruby Donahue, followed by Chappelle Oaks.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
It's
evening.
always a pleasure to see you when we have such a nice group that's here to at least be a part of us. I came here this evening to just say that we're growing and we're doing great things here in Harvey. I know there's sometimes discontent and discombobulated population, but we're still growing. We're moving forward. I did want to say this, good evening, Mayor. I want to say to the alderpersons, the city administration, and of course, all of you, our devoted audience. This is just a little reminder because last year, I believe, and also prior to this current administration, we talked about just definitely on our evenings that we have our city council meeting, that we should not interfere or have any kind of a committee meetings, because it can always be a distraction due to the fact that people want to come in and maybe talk to their alderman, and therefore we should delay that, because you have at least 7 to 10 days between each second and fourth monthly meeting. There should not be any committee meetings on the second and fourth Mondays of the month prior to the city council meetings. This is especially directed to the comptroller and the finance chairman.
1 minute.
It is not necessary for me to go any further or to elaborate, but you may speak to me after the meeting regarding this matter if it's necessary. All the persons, you have received your required material 7 to 10 days prior to each meeting for review. Please comply. If you add any further
30 seconds.
information, please contact me, or you can also speak with our mayor. Thank you, and this is from the concerned citizens of Harvey.
Thank you very much. Next on the agenda is Chappelle Hooks, followed by Maurice Clay Williams.
Hello, everybody. I'm Shirley.
Hello.
An elected, trustee of the Harvey Public Library for 2023. I was just newly elected. So I was researching some things, and I was going through, some old papers and stuff. And I saw when we had the 2019 election, it says, Christopher Clark, another mayoral challenger, said his campaign is focused on kitchen table issues, like fixing streets, lights, curbs, and sidewalks, reducing water bills, and improving police and fire protection. These are the things, quote, these are the things that affect the everyday person here in the city of Harvey, end quote, said Clark. I'm trying to figure out where all those things are, because our streets are still raggedy. It's dark.
Right.
Our curbs, sidewalks, the only sidewalks that was done was on 154th, that was during campaign season, 2023, to make it look like something was being done. And then we still have these half-built community centers or hubs or whatever they are. That's 1.7 million down the drain that nothing's being done about. We still don't know where the money is. We still don't have a grocery store that we were promised. It's a big sign, jet foods all day long. There's no grocery store. All of these people are being put out of their businesses. I'm just not understanding how we are growing and moving forward when we're still stuck and we're going backwards from what we had before. We can't even shop out here unless we go to One Stop Liquor or some other, liquor store or service station. We have no grocery stores. We have nothing.
30 seconds.
So, some of these things need to be talked about. Instead of saying you can't answer questions on Q&A, some of these things need to be answered. Because our tax dollars pay for all this stuff.
Right.
Thank you.
All right.
Next up is Maurice Clay Williams, followed by Merr Irvan.
Good evening, my name is Maurice Clay Williams. I'm the owner and founder of PBJ Foundation, located at 15341 Merr Avenue. I'm here to just, hopefully have the alderpersons and the mayor review the ordinance of 120410, which is to sell on the sidewalk. I had some clothing items and shoes displayed outside of my business, and I was informed by one of the inspectors that the mayor stated that, I had to put my things inside, which I did. And, I looked at the ordinance and there is an ordinance. But my problem is that every day when I come to my job, I see the carpet place. She has a rainbow full of carpet set outside of her store daily, every day. And my issue with that is that I don't make any money from my resale shop. I put every dime that I make back into the community. So the money that is made there doesn't put food on my table. But in hindsight, it takes food off because when we don't make the money, I pay money out of my pocket. And I would like to think that I help the citizens out because I have people coming daily who don't have clothes, who don't have food. I clothe them and I feed them out of my own pocket. And so I would like to think that that prevents them from robbery, stealing to get the things that they don't need. And so sometimes me displaying these things will help people know that I'm there so I can help them, not to make money for me, but to help the community. So I'm asking you guys to please review that ordinance. Maybe not every day we should do that, but maybe some days a week or sometimes so we can still do that. Now you guys don't come down my street every day to be here, but every day after you guys walk out this building, you see that rainbow of carpet that's displayed up on her wall.
Right.
I'm not asking for preferential treatment. I'm asking for treatment that's going to be consistent. And once we do things consistently, then we don't have people looking at the negatives of possible I only do for those that I know alive. So if we stay with consistency, then we can probably do things better. Maybe the community can come together if they see that we do that. So if the alderpersons can please look at that and review it. And if I'm going to be kept to what I'm supposed to do, everybody else should also. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Next is Merr Irvan, followed by Willams and Wilson.
Yeah, hello everybody, my name is Merr Irvan. I'm a former trustee at the Harvey Public Library from 2015 to 2021. And the reason I'm up here today is because I'm very concerned about the number of grants which the city of Harvey could not qualify for because they did not have their audits current and they did not have their tips current when they went to apply for it. At a certain number, the federal government requires that you have those audits done before they will even consider you for those grants. We got a poor city, and I hear you all complaining about what we don't have and what we can't do and all these other things, but you don't get your paperwork and turn in on time. Years behind. You're never going to get what you're supposed to get. Okay, so you might want to take a look at that. And I'm going to do some research and see how many grants that our city did miss out. And then I'll come back and let you all know, in case you all don't know what's going on. And it's a secret, I'll let you know what's going on. And also, I'd like to address the dissolvement of the Finance Committee and the EDC Committee. Those committees were dissolved because a resident asked how come the treasurer wasn't giving reports on a monthly basis and doing an annual report. That was for the truth. And disbanding those committees and taking those heads out of those committees and those people who were members of those committees, that doesn't change one thing. All it is that you're trying to cover up what's going on, and you can't do it. And we still want a report from the treasurer every month, and we still want an annual report every year. So move around, do whatever you want to do. It don't change one thing. It may make you feel good for a second, but you need to get your reports done. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Next up is Willams and Wilson.
All right, good evening, everybody. My name's Ryan, I'm with the Harvey Historical Society. I just wanted to mention we are sponsoring a coloring contest, our first coloring contest, to raise awareness for the Motor Row historic buildings that are across the street here from City Hall that are in danger of demolition. As a reminder, we have presented investors that said they would buy with their own money. I can't believe I have to keep saying this, with their own money at no cost to the taxpayers to fix the dilapidated buildings, as the lady said, the first commenter, to fix them at no cost to the city and reuse them so we could do a cafe or a clothing store or something, whatever. And the mayor and the city council have said no, 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 no. Every time. And this is a local black investor, of which I know several. They're not from out of town New Yorkers. They're not coming in to, rape and pillage Harvey. and the city says no, no, no. Why? Why are you saying no to fixing up these beautiful buildings? We could have an amazing downtown, like when my mom was growing up. I mean, they would walk downtown to shop in downtown Harvey. So to bring attention to that, we got 4 gift bags donated to us as prizes. We'll have a reception for our winners. Forms are available for me tonight. They're also here in City Hall on the counter, and they're at the Harvey Library and at 15333 Ashland. So bring your coloring utensils. I do have a question. Why was the thing with, why was the mayor hiding in his office for half of the city council meetings the last few times? Alderwoman Chapman did ask that question, but the city attorney nor Mayor Pro Tem Durinsky answered. They ignored it and they moved on. Isn't that illegal? To my understanding, the Mayor Pro Tem is only supposed to serve when the elected mayor is incapacitated or otherwise unable to preside over the meeting for extenuating circumstances. Further, Mayor Pro Tem cannot vote on ordinances as an alderman. So wouldn't that invalidate Mr. Durinsky's votes during those meetings? I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but this needs to be addressed. Ms. Chapman asked the question. In the last meeting, legal counsel and Mr. Durinsky just didn't answer it, and then they moved on. So, I think that's important to address that. Also, recently the city council voted to remove the 2 aldermen, as was mentioned from the committees, because they were asking, allowing the public to ask questions. Since then, there have been no committee meetings. Was the real goal to stifle public questions? When will committee meetings be held so the public can get accountability and answers? Also, as you are aware, you all got the flyer with the businesses called out for their property taxes. A lot of us have been, talking to some of these businesses. Many of them rent. They do not own their properties, and they are very angry. I don't know, some of them are going to sue or whatever, but they're saying, well, why are you putting my name out in blast like this? I pay my rent. I do everything I'm supposed to. I fulfill city requirements. Why am I being embarrassed? So that's just another issue. We have our churches being harassed, and the especially notable thing is that there are some businesses that have donated to the mayor
Much. The next
that were
person
not on
is
that
Scoop
list.
Turner. Scoop Turner. Followed by Cheryl Jones.
Did I get one else?
Good evening, everyone.
Oh, I don't have any copies.
Could we do something like,
I don't have extra copies.
first timers recognized on the board for every meeting? I mean, people, the first time they should be recognized that came, and that might draw them to come back again. And also, like, could we also bring in like the school levels, that do something great, we should be able to give them a certificate or something, and that bring more community, young people to come in, not just our senior, we do the patrol, but I think that'd be able to help more youth to get involved with the process of what we're doing in Harvey, and they will realize what's good and bad on their own side, other than just living here. And I think that'd be a good thing to bring in the council. If you do it once a month, first Monday, the first one or the second, and that'd be corresponding, and even they'd be able to get more people involved. That's all I have to say. Have a great evening, everyone.
Thank you. Next commenter is Cheryl Jones.
Good evening. Now that the crowds and cameras are gone, let's get back to the real issues. At the last city council meeting, Mayor, you came out at 8:30. You rushed through the remainder of the agenda, tried to censor 2 alderpersons and the treasurer.
Right.
At that meeting, a comment was made, Mayor Clark, about you, who did something as your time as an alderman. You and 2 other alderpersons, and they know who they are, boycotted city council meetings. Actually, more than one, about 17 or 18 meetings. Those actions, the former mayor could have censored the 3, but didn't. Remember that? Every city council meeting is a contradiction. Inconsistent ideas, ordinances, / resolutions that oppose one another. There are alderpersons who are just going through the motions. You were elected, but don't act like you were. Not one does what is in the best interest of their constituents. For example, alderpersons from the 3rd, 5th, and 6th wards are sitting here in meetings doing the bare minimum. You vote yes on everything. In those meetings, in those wards, no meetings are being held, none. Whenever a meeting is announced by the 2nd, 6th ward, the 2nd and the 5th wards, the 6th ward alderperson announces that he too will have a meeting. But those meetings do or will they ever happen? the third and fifth ward for alderpersons. How do you expect your residents to receive information? Through phone calls? Through social media? I know, osmosis. We have an unconscious absorption of information. Oh, the first ward, even though she's not here, she's part of the contradiction too. By being used as a tool to masquerade, conceal, camouflage the city's business, which is presented to the residents. She's been given a new platform as Mayor Pro Tem, and congrats on her performances. Also, the Harvey Area Chamber of Commerce, you know, that group that they tried to silence. We've been in here for over 30 years, 20 years, I'm sorry. We are having our next stakeholders meeting, which is for the residents, will be on April 27th at the 3rd building, main building, from 10 a.m. to 11:30. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda is comptroller's report. But before we do that, I also would like to mention that both Alderwoman Lewinsky, Alderperson Lewinsky, and Alderperson Randall did call in advance and say that they were not going to be here in today's meeting. So I just wanted to make sure I stated that. Next is the comptroller's report. Mr. Lewis Williams.
Mayor, report was emailed to everyone. I did forget the treasurer, so I did email her a copy of that.
Why don't you stand up here and pass
Controller's report was submitted for the 11 months ending March 31st of this year, showing our cash balances, our budget's actual comparisons for this year to last year. We're slightly better than budget on revenues, slightly lower on expenses. Cash is, we have all the cash to be able to service the bonds, so we won't need to do all of those anymore. Other than that, the bills are probably lower. The outstanding bills at this point are probably lower than they've probably been over a decade. I will ask that the treasurer's report also be posted to the website. Thank you.
We can do that, but we'll make sure that that happens, Ms. Ellis. Thank you.
Mayor Clark.
Chair recognizes the second ward.
Thank you, Mayor. And thank you, Comptroller, for providing the report and getting an opportunity to review it in totality, as you know, we got it a couple of hours beforehand. But with the report, I'd like to add, so that the broader community knows, how often will you receive that report? And if you could give what our profit margins are, you know, where are we earning and where are we losing? Or what is our overall balance at this current time? We know we have a deficit, but just for the community at large to have an understanding on our financial landscape.
Madam Alderperson, if you have those types of questions, once again, you can submit those questions in writing to the mayor's office. The mayor can get them to the comptroller's office, and they can be answered in the proper fashion.
Pardon me, Mayor, because I wasn't aware that this is the first that we've had a comptroller report since sworn in Monday, May 6th. I wasn't aware of what the process looked like to request these details, and we haven't had something as diverse as what I briefly was able to review, so that's why I'm asking it at this point.
And that is appreciated. The chairman's position still stands, so if you would follow the directions of the chair, we would appreciate that.
But
Next item.
you never answer
Next
her
item on the
questions.
agenda is special announcements.
No special announcement.
Because the mayor is the acting chair at this particular point in time, we will skip both 7, 8, and 9 and go to the executive session for litigation. The chair will entertain a motion to go into executive session. Moved by the motion by the 6th, second by the 3rd. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Hearing none, it is 7:32. We'll go into executive session. Thank you very much. I would please ask that all the aldermen, for the sake of time, quickly go into the room for executive session, and if no one approach the dais as well. Minutes regarding the title of the temporary chair. When the person is sitting here at the dais, it is, even though that person may have the position of the mayor pro tem, they are acting as a temporary chair. So those changes have been made, and also I guess the spelling of the mayor's name. So if there is no objection to that, the chair will entertain a motion to approve. Motion by third, second by sixth. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Next item is. Oh, okay. Hearing one no, the motion carries. Motion from the second. We've already. Okay, we don't do that again. So do it again. That's all we're doing. No, we're not doing that. We're doing it all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed?
No.
Okay, hearing ayes from 2 aldermen and nays from 2 other aldermen, the mayor will break that tie. So the mayor votes aye. Next item on the agenda is the 12 approval of ordinances and resolutions for the city of Harvey. 12A old business, 12B new business. 12B1, an ordinance regarding dumpsters for multifamily residential, commercial, school, and industrial buildings. Chair will entertain a motion to approve.
Motion. Second.
Motion by the third, second by the second. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Alderperson Chapman?
Yes.
Alderperson Rogers?
Yes.
Alderperson Keith?
Yes.
Alderperson Randall L. Alderperson Smith?
Yes.
Alderperson Ruinski. Motion carried, and that's ordinance 3490, 3490.
Thank you. Next item is resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into contracts, including joint participation agreement with the state of Illinois. This is for our joint purchase master contract for rock salt. The chair will entertain a motion to approve. Motion by the third, second by the sixth. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Alderperson Smith?
Yes.
Alderperson Chapman?
Yes.
Alderperson Rogers?
Yes.
Alderperson Randall L. Alderperson Keith?
Yes.
Alderperson Ruinski. Motion carried, and that's resolution 3078, 3078.
Thank you. Next item is a resolution approving and authorizing the execution of an intergovernmental agreement, IGA, by and between the County of Cook, Village of Riverdale, and the City of Harvey for infrastructure projects. Hold on, that's out of order. This is to do inspection, potential dewatering, and future repair of the pipes at the Little Calumet River Tunnel. The chair will entertain a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by the sixth, second by the third. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Alderperson Keith?
Yes.
Alderperson Rogers?
Yes.
Alderperson Ruinski. Alderperson Smith?
Yes.
Alderperson Chapman?
Yes.
Alderperson Randall L. Motion carried, and that's resolution 3079, 3079.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next item, chair would entertain a motion to approve. Motion to adjourn. There's a motion to adjourn, second by the second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Hearing none, we are adjourned at 8:04 p.m. Thank you very much and have a great week.
Good to see you. Okay, au revoir. Hey, how you doing? Hey, hello, hello. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Well, what's the business, bro?
Hey, good, how are you?